We have Assistant Superintendent of Police, Luede Aisha, the Community Liaison Officer of Old Kampala Division Police. And today we are going to be speaking on a topic regarding school-going children. As we all know, school terms have begun this week. Of course, on the 10th of February, we did see quite a number of students going back to school. We did see some few pupils. And of course, we need to make sure that even as our brothers, our sisters, our children go back to school, we ensure that they are safe and sound as parents, as guardians, and even everyone involved, with the school-going children. But before we dive into the topic, you are welcome, Afande. Please do say a good morning to our dear viewer.
So, good morning, everyone who is seeing me. I'm ASP Luede Aisha, Division Community Liaison Officer of the Kampala Police Station. Yeah, I'm almost welcome.
Thank you for joining us this morning, and of course you are welcome once again. Now, of course, we are discussing the safety of school-going children. The new term has begun at 2026, and we need to ensure, as parents and guardians, it's our mandate to ensure that our kids at least are safe. And of course, it is the same for you as well. But just to begin, I would like to ask, as the police force, what measures have you put in place to ensure that the children are protected, especially while commuting to school and even coming back from school in the evenings?
Yeah, first of all, our children, they are supposed to be safe because we are all parents. We have children and they are supposed to travel to school. We have traffic is there.
Yes.
Traffic is protecting our kids. Even as parents, we have to be very careful. There are these parents who put 5 kids on one motorcycle. That thing should stop, and it is not allowed.
Yes.
It is not allowed. So in this situation, it is between the two, the parent or the guardian and we police. That overloading is not allowed according to our mandate.
Yes, okay. Of course, we have also identified some other risks besides, how they travel to school or come from school. There are issues of kidnappings. I mean, students are going back to school. We see some parents who send their children to school alone. So what advice can you give to such parents? But also, mainly, the question here would be, what are some of the risks that school-going children face while they're heading back to school, for boarding as the term begins?
Yeah, we have very many risks. One, parents should ensure that their kids reach well to school. And this is between the parent and the school, or between the parent and the transporter. In most cases, these people who always we trust with our kids, they end up kidnapping our kids. They end up defiling our kids, which dramatize the kids.
Yes.
So we need to be very, very careful with the people who are transporting our kids to schools, especially the transporters. We have to be very careful, and this goes to schools. Especially the school vans, they should be in good working condition. Those vans are too old to carry our babies or our kids. So the school directors, the head teachers should be very careful and should be strict with the drivers and the co-drivers as the teachers who are always in vans. Should make sure they hand over these kids to the right people, and they should make sure they pick these kids from the right people. There is a scenario which I received. This is a parent who always leave the maid to bring the kid to school. But between the school and the home, this is a maid who will enter in the house of a man or a man friend or a boyfriend with a kid.
Yes.
So that thing is also very bad. For you, a parent, you know that your kid she has reached well to the school,
Yes.
yet the kid is busy sleeping with the maid. So we need also to ensure, we need to be in touch with the head teachers at school or teachers at school. We have to call. We shouldn't break the communication between the two, so that we can ensure our kids are well at school.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Now, beside the risk of, being kidnapped or the kids not being able to reach safely, when it comes to transportation, let us talk about fraudsters. We see increased levels of fraud when it comes to, parents wanting to pay tuition or school fees for their children. How does the police go about that?
As we police, we are the go-between. First of all, we are the go-between. But in case of fraud, definitely fraud is a case, and it has to be investigated. It is a case; it has to be investigated. Therefore, the suspect has to answer the cases. That's why we police, we are there, and it is our mandate.
But also, what can you tell the parents? Because we do understand there are some cases whereby a child has been given school fees to go to the bank, to bank it, and then someone comes and talks to them and, tells them, there's an easier way of doing this. What advice can you give to the parents who send their kids, to make payments for the school?
Yeah, a parent should be serious. Really, how can you send a kid to the bank to bank school fees, yet we have fraudsters around? This is a kid who will be in a line, a stranger will come to the kid, let me assist you. Indeed, you will end up frauding the kid, taking school fees. You have to ensure that school fees reaches the bank, other than sending these kids to the bank. That is the responsibility of the parent. It's you, the parent, to take that school fees to the bank, other than sending these kids. These kids are very easy to be lied to or deceived to.
Yes. Now, besides the traffic officers, I know that you do work with them during this period to ensure, safety for all, not just the children, but for all. Has the police worked with any other stakeholders? And if yes, how have you worked with those stakeholders to ensure that there's safety for school-going children?
Yeah, in this season, indeed, the traffic is everywhere. One, traffic is everywhere. Go down to Chikubo, traffic is there. Everywhere traffic is there. But we are trying our level best to see that traffic can be controlled. We work with the KCCA. They are already there at the road to ensure that traffic is controlled, and so that kids reach safely to the school, to their destination.
Now, besides the traffic officers, are there any other stakeholders that you have involved to ensure that wherever the kids will be or the school-going children are safe?
Yeah, they are always there. We have these guards. I hope you're seeing them on the road. We have those guards who are assisting us. Because for us, we work with everybody.
Okay. Then also, are there any new safety strategies that you have put in place to ensure safety for children while at school?
Yeah, there are measures. There are some measures which have been put in place. One, the drivers, these van drivers, shouldn't take alcohol. They should be alert. They should be in their normal senses to transport our kids, the borders. They should follow the law.
what other safety measures have been put in place besides, the drivers? Even within the school, have you engaged with the schools?
Yeah, we are engaging the schools, especially with CLOs. We always go to school, we talk to the directors,
Yes.
the head teachers, to see our kids are safe in those schools.
What is actually being done to ensure that even within the kids being in the school premises are, that their safety is ensured?
We always advise them to install CCTV cameras. We always advise them to put fire extinguishers in case of fire accidents in schools. We always sensitize them. We go there to their schools and sensitize the children and the teachers.
Yes. Okay. And also, are schools required to coordinate with, the different police stations? And if yes, how is that done? How do you work hand in hand with them?
We always work in hand with the head teachers and the directors, and I always advise them to make good relationship with their OCs or the police stations within their area, within their jurisdiction. They should be with the contacts, and the contacts should be displayed on the notice board. The
Yes.
contact of police should be displayed on their notice board at their schools' premises, so that police can be easily accessed.
Yes. Now, of course, besides the parents, of course, the Uganda Police Force, or should I say the security agencies at large, do you think that communities also play a role in ensuring, safety for children, not only school-going children? And how do you think the community plays that major role when it comes to the safety of school-going children?
Yeah, the school is a community business. So the community is involved, and the community should work hand in hand with the schools to ensure the safety of our kids, especially these neighbors. These school directors or head teachers should be in a good relationship with the neighbors, so that our kids should be safe in these schools. That's the advice I'm giving both the neighbors and the directors of the schools.
Now, besides engaging the community, do you as the police force also engage with the children or the students just to make sure that even within themselves as individuals ensure their safety? And how do you do that? What do you do as the police force, to ensure that these kids are kept safe?
First of all, these kids, as I told you earlier on, these kids should be sensitized. These kids should be taught how to be safe, how to be safe at school, and how to be safe to the community. These kids, the good thing with the kids, what you tell them, it is what at times they take. They are very easy to control. So those school directors should be inviting us to go to their schools, and we talk to those students for their safety at school.
Then, of course, in case of emergencies, how best do you think the schools can get to you, as the police?
Yeah, as earlier on I've told you, the schools should be in a good relationship with the area police by displaying our contacts to the school, to their notice board. When always I go to those schools, I always advise them that our contact should be displayed at the school premises for the easy access police in the case of any emergency.
And in case of that emergency, what contact, how fast can they be able to reach you? What emergency hotlines should parents, and even the teachers in the various schools have to be able to reach you?
Okay, we have those emergency hotlines. We always give them our emergencies lines and our personal lines.
Yes.
Yeah, they are supposed to be with the varieties. In the case the other one is off, you can't at least miss.
Yes.
You can't miss us. Yeah.
Now, of course, besides the physical safety, we also do understand that, we are living in a digital world and a lot keeps on happening. We have a lot of cyberbullying. We also see exploitation of school-going children and students. So how is the police monitoring online crimes, especially that are affecting school-going children? How do you handle such reports?
Yeah, such reports, if they come to us, indeed they need to be investigated. That's why we have CID at police. That is their work, to investigate, to know the root cause of those cyber cases.
Okay. And then what advice would you give to parents about children using phones and social media? But also, how can those digital threats be reported? Before you even give us the advice, how best can someone, or should I say a teacher, report when it comes to digital, or should I say cyber threats against children specifically?
First of all, children are not allowed to access these phones. But these days, parents give out phones to children. And
we do have computers in schools as well.
Yeah, and we have computers in school since it is a digital world. But still, if such cases are there, we come in and investigate. That's why we have fiber crime is there at our CID headquarters. We investigate to its conclusion. Yes.
Then I think a simple question that the viewer would want to know, are there officers that specifically handle child-related cases?
Yeah, we have them. We have child and family officers at each division. We have them. Yes, they are there. They are called Safe PU. Like at Audi Kampala, we have her. She's there handling such cases of child and family-related cases.
Okay. Still on safety, we see that a lot of also child sacrifice happens. So how would you advise a person in the community, a parent or a teacher who might be suspicious? What are some of the things to look out for? But also, how would they best report that situation without causing any alarm? What advice would you give?
So this security, it is two people. For us, police, we give 1%, and 99% it is for you. So you need also to be serious. You need to be suspicious. Don't go to the stranger. Please, don't give somebody you don't know chance to misadvise you. Yes. And another thing with these directors or head teachers, kids should be given their tags. Should be given tags. That's why their names are always pinned. Like you can see, I'm Luwede Aisha. So let these uniforms bear the names of our kids.
Yeah.
So that a kid can be identified very fast. In case of any risk or any problem.
Now, also, I'd like to ask, are there any major, maybe patrols when it comes to pickup points for school routes? Have you maybe put out such a measure to ensure that in key areas, children's safety is ensured?
Yeah, police these days is reachable. You can't take like 30 minutes without seeing police. That one is impossible. You can't take 30 minutes minus seeing a police. Patrols are moving. At least security, we are doing our best. I hope so. We are always patrolling those schools. We are always there. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I do understand that there is a campaign for school-going children, ensuring that they are safe. Please do tell us more about that.
the campaign for the theft of our children in schools. Yeah. Please, teachers and head teachers, be talking to these children about the strangers. Let these children be transported well to the school. Let schools be inviting us CLOs to spread the gospel to our children, so that these children should be safe at school. Let these teachers also be in touch with the area police and display our contacts to the school compound, so that they can access us very fast or easily.
Now, what advice can you give to parents? We are still in the week within kids are going back to school. Some have begun, some are yet to begin. Of course, kids are still being taken to school. What advice can you give to parents or guardians to begin with?
So let these parents organize themselves and take children to school. We can't keep these children at home. Schools are there, government schools are there. Let children go to school. Yes.
And regarding their safety, how can they ensure their children's safety?
And they should ensure that their children reach school. It is between the parent and between the parent, guardian, and the school. They shouldn't break the gap between the two. Communication should be there between the two to ensure our kids are safe at school, or are safe between the school and the community.
And what advice would you give school students? We have students, I can say teenagers, that might want to divert. Instead of going to school, they end up going to different places. What advice would you give to them? But also, besides even the students, how best would you advise the teachers that welcome or receive back the different students and children as the security agency?
As the security agents, let these children be talked to. Let these children be in school. Let these children be on school uniform, and let the community also do its part. When you see a child diverting to a different route, please come in and find out. This uniform belongs to a certain school. Why is this kid is diverting, especially the adolescents, that teenager? So we should open our eyes. We should be alert to ensure that our kids are safe in the school or between the school and the community.
Okay. Now that's as the community. I would like you to speak to that child as a mother. What advice would you give them even as the school term begins?
As a mother, of course I have to talk to my child. I have to tell my child the importance of school, why this child is in school. Indeed, we can't keep this child at home. We can't keep these kids at home. We can't keep them. They have to be at school. We have to tell them the importances. And we have to know why our children are going to school. They should be talked to. We should be doing it concurrently. So that these kids should be motivated, and they should be motivated.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then, of course, what assurance can you also give the public about the safety of school-going children, even as the new term begins?
These children should be on uniform so that they can be identified. Let these kids be on, and by the way, kids are missing. So far, we are receiving missing kids at Odi Kampala. So a parent should be. Let these parents also be serious. You have to know how your children reaches school and going back home. These children are young. They are young. They are children indeed. We have to take care of them. So let us take our responsibility. Yes.
Any final message you'd like to give to the public in general out there?
So the public, they should take the children to school. We shouldn't keep children at home. Let all of these children be in school. Let them be in school. Schools are there. We have government schools and everything is there. Let them be in school. That is the only advice I'm giving my fellow parents. Yes.
Okay. Well, you heard it there from ASP Luwede Aisha, Community Liaison Officer of Old Kampala Division. If you are a parent out there, make sure that your child gets to school safely. Take that initiative if you can. If you cannot take them to school, make sure that they are safe with whoever they are traveling with. And of course, making those phone calls to the teachers, it is important that you get to know whether your child has gotten to school safely or not. And that is the only way you'll be able to ensure the safety. But also not forgetting students out there, young ladies and gentlemen, it is important that you do the right thing. Please do go to school like you have heard from our Fundy here. It is important that you go to school, and of course you are working for your future. But also to the community, it is important that we all keep our children safe. Remember, we are a community, and community means oneness, togetherness, and of course we need to make sure that we are all safe. Let us not have to wake up in the morning and there's a child lost, or there's a child who has lost their lives, because you as a community, you are the one who can determine whether things go wrong or move on smoothly. So that has been our discussion for today. Of course, kids are still going back to school. Some have already started, others might start next week, but it is our mandate to make sure that our school children move safely and of course get there in one piece, because we need them